Sunday morning. I hope I've got my voice back. One of my good patrons from the UK sent me this morning. 9 News Melbourne, one of the largest media, or probably is the biggest TV station here in Australia, on their Facebook page did a call out asking for anyone affected by COVID, asking families if any people they know were affected by COVID. They got absolutely bombed. And can you believe it? Oh, you can believe it. If you go into 9 News Melbourne on Facebook, they have deleted everything. But thankfully, someone caught all the comments. Well, I don't know about all of them, but quite a few comments, and I'm going to read them out. They make very interesting reading. So let's go. So as it says here, call out, do you have a loved one in hospital due to BS-19? We want to hear from you. Please contact us with your details via our Facebook inbox. So let's start here. What about mental health? Higher percentage than COVID. So there's a lot of replies, so you can, 35 replies will all be guaranteed backing this guy up. 86 replies, but we're only reading the start of each one, so obviously you can't catch them all. No, but my friend's friend knows a guy who knows this other guy well. His mother has a friend who actually knows someone firsthand who knows someone whose mum's stepbrother was literally best friends of a guy who had the sniffles. Other than that, I can't help you. 86 replies. My grandparents both passed away in 2009. I think it could have been corona. Thinking back, they had all the telltale signs. My neighbour's friend, Uncle Bob, who knew the postman, knows someone. 23 replies. Can't be as common as they are saying if you have to advertise to find a story. 15 replies. Victorian death toll shows no disaster and no pandemic. People are waking up. Yes, my pet donkey is in hospital with COVID-19. 5 replies. I have hay fever. Does that count? 23 replies. Can all of you people be my friend? I think this thread is the best thing I've seen in weeks. You all rock. 29 replies. I have a pet duck. That's about it. Yes, Tom Hanks and his wife. How much are you paying? I've got COVID. You have COVID. We all have COVID. No, we don't. We all have coronavirus. COVID-19 kills John Wick's dog. Why do you need a call out? I thought we are in a state of disaster with infected people everywhere. Ha ha ha. Ahmed Hussein should be of assistance. That's a 23-year-old fraud that they said contracted COVID 5-6 weeks ago. Can't remember. And there's images of him walking with Daniel Andrews, hanging around with Prince Harry, going on private planes to Canberra. A complete sellout. If you don't stop lying, you'll grow up to be a news reporter or a state premier. Now you want to know people's stories. Seriously, is this how you do your research? Disgraceful. Not one person on the planet knows anyone who has it. Perhaps ask Richard Wilkins. He had it, didn't even know. This is this sellout TV. I'll call him a personality. He does the movies and music on the morning show. He gets around. He supposedly went backstage with Tom Hanks and his wife and got a tickle in the throat because he supposedly caught it from the Hanks family. So a month later he does a current affair and he starts virtually crying on set. One of the worst acting performances ever. Richard Wilkins, you are a dog. I shouldn't say that. Dogs are lovely. You are no, you know what you are. I think you should do a story on how miraculously effective the flu vaccine is this year. Now that's news. First year ever. It's practically cured the flu. Amazing. Yep, I keep telling you that, but no one's talking about that. It's all about COVID. I've got a story for you. My friend's nan passed away from old age in an aged care facility back in March and was listed as a COVID death despite the fact that she had no symptoms and did not test positive. Have another friend whose mum passed away and the family was offered money if they would agree to list COVID as the cause of death. Hearing that all the time, guys. Also, any comment on the major spike in cases in aged care facilities that came right after the state government decided to offer $1,200 per COVID patient to these healthcare facilities? Amazing that. Sounds like a good story for you, cough, journalists, to be investigating to me. How about you report on that? The truth for a change. No way, no. Waiting for my positive COVID-19 results. Haven't taken the test, but I hear that is no longer a requirement. And just like that, little Susie cured the worst virus of all. Smash. Goodness me, still so many who think that the governments all around the world have sacrificed budgets, economies, basis on a flu. 89 replies. Love how everyone's waking up. 15 replies. My neighbour's friend's Uncle Bob, who knew the postman, knows someone. 25 replies. Looks like people have had enough of the propaganda. By God, are they coming in thick and fast. You can find anyone, but this is a pandemic. Should be easy. Give me 25G and I'll say what you want. I think the poor lady that passed from a car accident last week died from corona. To the staff at 9 News, how about you cut the strings from behind your back and stop being puppets? You're now exempt from what's coming. You're not exempt from what's coming. COVID-19 as fake as the Kardashians. How about my friend losing a 4-year-old son due to not being able to have life-saving surgery, yet Dan Andrews is flying in planes from China. Flying in planes. Channel 9 wants to hear from people with loved ones who have the virus. Now listen to the odd cricket. Yes, it's a scam, a UN takeover headed by the world's elite and facilitated by the government and media. Thanks, Channel 9. Where would the world be without you? Some real news for you, showing the Beirut explosion. Trying to raise numbers by sending extremely unwell, such as cancer patients and others that are vulnerable, into the clinics to be tested too, when you could easily have someone to go to them to be tested. Even then, those who are vulnerable doing the right thing and at home shouldn't have to go in anyway. They're already isolating from dying of something else, yet you want to use them as, that goes on, numbers obviously. Just make up the stories that you need like you always do. Why are you pretending to want facts now? Oh, my dog. 9 News, the bold and the beautiful, has more truth to its story than yours. It's a damn flu with a high recovery rate and a cure. They are lying to you about stats numbers. They are writing COVID-19 on all death certificates, even if unrelated, paying for funerals to shut people up. Government lockdown policy will kill many more than the virus. No, I've got a partner and 5 adult children across Melbourne with partners. We do not know one. What an absolute farce this whole thing is. We've suffered enough for a disease that 99.5% of people recover from. This is total BS. I'm loving what I'm reading. So proud of my woke fellow Australians. This is awesome. I'm having a proud Australia moment. No, but I know a lot of people fed up with the lies and bullshit. To all MSM, we stopped falling for your shit ages ago. Sincerely. You're done, 9 News. People are waking up. Better shut down now before you're burnt to the ground. Oh, we can only hope. Hospitals are empty. Loving the comments. No more New World Order. No more New Normal. This is our world, not yours, hijacking communist bunch of evil fear-mongering no-gooders. Why the fuck would you ask that anyway? You'll just blow it all out of proportion like you always do. But let's just say, I know the goat and the paw. The cabal is falling. No, but I know a few who have lost businesses on the brink of suicide and losing their homes. 12 replies. If you're not ever doubting if COVID-19 is real or not, just remember a goat, a papaya, and a paw tested positive in Tanzania. Hey, Victoria, how's your week 6 free trial of totalitarianism going? Asking for a friend. I don't think anyone does. I know someone who wasn't tested came back positive, though. Only in the mind of our Premier. We have a night shift working virus. During the day is Andrew virus, who is poisoning the mind of Victorians. 27 replies. Andrews, it meant. Great idea to create more fear-mongering and fuel the propaganda for the sheep. Why don't you ask for families who have been asked to put COVID as the cause of death on death certificates and the offer to pay for the funerals? Sometimes when I dust my house, I sneeze. Does that count? 14 replies. Curious, does anyone actually know any person with COVID? 34. So you are looking for loved ones of the 408 in hospital in all of Australia. Shouldn't be too hard to find one out of about 27 million of us. Don't worry, someone will show up. 31 replies. I've lost someone to suicide as a result of restrictions. Let me know if you want a story on that. 32 replies. I know no one that has it in Australia or in Italy. Why? You'll only lie and twist the story anyway. Gutter journalism is how you do it these days. Millions test positive for sheeple. I don't know anyone, but I just want to have a few seconds of fame on TV. So hit me up, 9 News. My poor Nana had 3 swaps in a matter of 2 frequent weeks because she went from the nursing home to hospital, then back to the nursing home again, and they all come back negative, but still had to isolate. No wonder the elderly are dying, not from COVID, but from loneliness. Grr, it annoys me. Breaking news, cure for COVID-19 discovered. Stop getting tested. Stand up, Australia. Let's show them we can get numbers. Millions rise for Australia. Interesting. United we stand, divided we fall. 208 supposedly dead from COVID-19 in over 6 months of pandemic out of 26 million. That is just 0.00008% of the population. 16,000 supposedly infected with COVID-19 in over 6 months. That's just 0.0006% of the population. What are the chances you know someone in the 0.00008% or 0.006% of the population? Very little. What are the chances this is an actual pandemic? 0. Wake up, Australia, before it's too late. We will not comply. This is almost as good as Bill Gates' Instagram he copped. TikTok, time is nearly up. Where's the health minister? Did she answer the question to give transparency for the data she said she would? Oh, that's right, she lied. Just like you guys do every single day. Looks like fear-mongering isn't going too well, is it? Channel 9 dogs, false info, fake news. 9 News, you are more dangerous than COVID-19. 9 News, fake news, reporting nothing but the narrative. By God. Did they get attacked or what? Take down the pedophiles, fake news media. Dan the dictator who sold us off to China along with the rest of the fake news are going down. Well, that sure backfired, didn't it, Channel 9? Maybe it's time you report some real news because none of us are buying this fake pandemic. It's not a state of disaster, you lying evil pieces of work. Hoax. It's a fucking joke. Channel 7 News begging for victims, so much so they have to use a plastic dummy now. 4 times on the 6 o'clock news. These comments are the fucking best. The masses have woken up. I wouldn't thought during a global pandemic and crisis it wouldn't be that hard to find affected people. The fact you're asking people is embarrassing. I died of COVID 3 times. Vaccines brought me back. If it wasn't for vaccines, I'd be double dead every time. I know a few who died from suicide. Want to hear about that? Searching. Where could they be? You've obviously checked out the... Oh, that cuts out. Seriously, let's leave the pandemic alone and talk about child trafficking. Yes, the real pandemic is Pizzagate. Spot on. Sean Maravik Facebook have even blocked the hashtags Pizzagate and others. So there it is. Didn't see many people saying it was real. I would have loved to have read all the other replies after the initial thread. But anyway, yeah, people are waking up. I'll go for my bike ride now and see if any others around my suburb have woken up. I doubt it. They'll still be walking around with their mask, sucking in their own oxygen. So anyway, that's a good start to Sunday morning.